how I'm firing. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. Strong. Ah, 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 ah.
All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in, and I know it's been quite some time since I've actually checked in here on the boxing channel here with my subscribers. I'm going to give you guys an explanation, of course, why I've been gone, because I think you deserve that, especially the ones that's been rocking with the channel for a long time and gave me my kudos. So here we go, guys. Here's my explanation. Let me say this. The reason I've been gone so long is because of Terence Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis. Terence Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I talk about positivity a lot on the channel. Some of you guys may know that. I'm a very positive person, and I can only take so much of negativity before I have to get away, make an exit to regroup. And this space, this boxing space, can be extremely toxic. Even though I love this sport, a lot of things about the boxing space I hate. And it's the negativity, it's the toxic environment of people. Not everybody's toxic. I don't want to put that on everyone, but there's a lot of people, a lot of fans in this space that are toxic. And even some of the creators in the space can be toxic. So when things get like that, I have to take a break. I have to remove myself from that and regroup and get back in the right frame of mind. Now, the thing that really made me walk away for over a month was Terence Crawford's situation. You guys know Terence Crawford did the unthinkable. He did the impossible by defeating the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, becoming a 3-time undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes. You know, I talked about that fight for a couple of years coming up, and I thought that fight was going to happen. A lot of people thought it was crazy. And then when it did when the fight did come together, I talked about how Crawford could win the fight due to his skill set, and people were still saying that I was crazy. Crawford's not going to be able to beat Canelo. He's a smaller fighter. He's coming up 2-3 weight classes, and he's just not going to be able to handle the power. We heard a lot of that. So when Crawford actually won the fight, I was ecstatic. I was elated. Here it is, our hero, our American hero in boxing, Terence Crawford, did the unthinkable. Now, the thing that rubbed me the wrong way is the media. The media rubbed me the wrong way. Despite Crawford doing what people said he couldn't do, they tried their best to tear his name down. Before the fight and after the fight. We just kept hearing, all these excuses being made for why Canelo lost, and them trying to diminish Crawford's win. Not only that, we had the situation, of course, with Crawford in his hometown with the Oklahoma Police Department. That rubbed me the wrong way. So at that point, I was pretty much done being around making videos for a while. Now, that wasn't the only situation. Another situation was Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is a guy I'm not afraid to say that I was a big fan of. And when he fought Lamont Roach, a fight that I expected him to win, when that fight was over, it was ruled a draw, but I, as a Gervonta Tank Davis fan, I clearly thought he lost the fight. And I thought that he was going to run it back. And he decided to not run it back. He decided to fight Jake Paul in an exhibition on Netflix. And as a boxing fan, as a true boxing head, as a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis, I was highly disappointed. Like a lot of you guys were. And I know, I get it. Some people are going to say, well, he's going to get a huge payday fighting Jake Paul. But fighting Jake Paul, let's just put the money aside. It doesn't do a damn thing for Gervonta Tank Davis's legacy. And I know people saying he doesn't care about legacy, but here we have a guy who Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. took under his wing. He was touted as the next face of boxing. Very talented kid, knockout power, can box. And here we are now, fast forward, he hasn't fought any legacy fights. He hasn't, unified any weight classes. He hasn't become undisputed in any of these weight classes. And instead of running it back with Lamont Roach, who a lot of people thought won the fight, he opts to fight Jake Paul. As a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis, I was clearly, I wouldn't say devastated, but, I was clearly unhappy with the route he chose to take. Then you got this new situation he's got with, I think one of his exes. I didn't read the whole article, but I'm hearing he's been accused of something else. He's always being accused of something. So I don't even know if the Jake Paul fight's taking place. I got to read up more on it. I know it's supposed to be coming up very soon. And I'll watch it. I'll watch it just because it's Gervonta Tank Davis. But, I think, he's throwing away his legacy. I feel like he's throwing away his legacy. And that's the reasons why I walked away. And to be honest with you guys, I didn't even know if I was going to come back. I wasn't sure if I was going to come back. But, I love the sport. I love the sport. And despite all these, these crazy shenanigans, I just can't pull myself away. I pulled myself away for a while, but I just can't stay away. That's what I'm trying to say. And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, guys. How, boxing always gets it wrong. They always get it wrong. I don't know why they abuse their hardcore fans, but listen to this here. I'm looking at this article on Boxing News 24, and the title of this article, it says that Ryan Garcia nears deal to face WBC champion Mario Barrios for early 2026 clash. Wow. Here's the thing. If you guys don't know, some of you guys know, of course, Mario Barrios is the WBC 147-pound champion. You guys know he just fought to a draw recently with Manny Pacquiao, and now he's supposedly in talks to face Ryan Garcia next. And this is what I mean by the sport of boxing getting it wrong. What in the hell has Ryan Garcia done to deserve a title shot at 147? He's fought at 147 one time against a guy who, it was his first time fighting at 147, Rolando Rolly Romero. And they got to fight for a title. It was a regular title, but it was a title. For what reason? Ryan's was coming off of a 1-year suspension. I can't remember what Rolly's last fight was, but Rolly really didn't deserve a title shot either, to be honest with you guys. But we're talking about Ryan here. Ryan gets a title shot. He loses a fight to a guy that most of us expected him to beat. He got outboxed by a guy who was seen as a puncher. And now he gets a title shot at 147. This doesn't make any sense. This is boxing once again getting it wrong. They're basing fights like this off of guys who have, who are popular on Instagram and social media. Instead of doing what's right for the sport, they come up with stuff like this. They come up with stuff like this, and this is what they want to feed us. So yeah, I shouldn't have left. I should have stayed here and fought the good fight. And I'm going to continue to fight the good fight because, I'm going to just call out stuff like this because it needs to be called out. So let me apologize to some of, the fans of the channel. Now, we do got some good stuff coming up. You know, we got David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde, a fight I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a great one. Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. That's going to be a great fight. But like I said, guys, I just had to take a break. So, you know, forgive me if you know, if you were upset that I was gone for a while. But I'm back. I'm back. But anyway, just wanted to check in with the people. You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.